It's Wednesday, March 25th, 2020. Let's get suited up for some fitness. Okay guys, let's dive right into this warm-up. We're going to start with 5 minutes of running. If you are staying inside, then we're going to do 5 minutes of running in place or up and down a flight of stairs. Following that 5 minutes, you're going to do 2 sets of the following. You're going to do 10 elbow to instep. So for my elbow to instep, I'm going to take a lunge step out, and I'm going to take my elbow to the same side leg, right? All the way down to the instep of that foot. And then I stand back up, and then I alternate sides. Elbow to instep. I'm going to do 10 of those total. Following that, I'm going to lie on my back. I'm going to do 10 iron cross. So leg up and over 10 times total. Then I'm going to roll over. I'm going to do 10 scat push-ups into 10 shoulder taps. So I'm in a high plank. For my scat push-up, I keep my arms locked out. I bring my shoulder blades together, and then I separate my shoulder blades. I do 10 of those, and then I go into my 10 shoulder taps from that high plank position. And then following that, I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to do 10 narrow stance squats. If you can, you're going to try to have your feet touch together as you do this. All right, so that's 2 sets of 10s across the board there. It's time to get strong. So today we have 3 sets of 10 Bulgarian split squats each leg, 3 sets of 10 single arm rows each arm. Once again, we'll be working with a tempo. A tempo is a great way to make a movement more challenging, especially if you're limited by the equipment that you have on hand. It's also a great time to focus on how you're moving within that movement, because now we're not rushing our reps. All right, so we're going to start with the Bulgarian split squat. I'm going to show you the actual movement, and then I'll show you how you can hold some different weights or objects around the house to make it more challenging. All right, so for the movement, I have my instep on a chair. A couch might actually be more comfortable for you. All right, I have good posture here. My tempo that's prescribed is 2 seconds down, 1 second hold at the bottom, and then come up. So I'm here, 1, 2, pause, and up. However, if the weight that I have on hand is relatively light, I can slow that tempo down a bit to make it more challenging. All right, so nice and slow on the way down. When I pause on the bottom, I'm staying active. Even if I can touch my knee to the floor, I'm not going to rest on the floor. And then I come up. All right, you're going to do 10 of those on each leg. Now, if you decide to load this movement, there's a number of ways you can do it. If you have a single kettlebell or dumbbell, I can hold that object in the front rack, right, like a goblet. The same with my odd objects. I can hug it to my body, or also hold it in a front rack type position. Or if I have 2 dumbbells or 2 kettlebells, I can hold one in each hand like I'm doing like a farmer's carry. All right, and that's how you can make this movement a bit more challenging if doing it with no weight is not quite challenging enough for you. But remember, maintain that tempo even if you add the weight, okay? The next movement is my single arm row. For my single arm row, what I like to do is I'm actually going to use that same chair or couch that I was using from a Bulgarian split squat. I'm going to rest one arm on it, all right? My other leg comes back to clear space for this arm. Nice tight body, so my chest is up, my back is flat, head neutral. I'm going to hold the weight in my hand, and then I'm going to come up and squeeze the top. So the tempo is down 2, 1, 2, and then I come up, and now the 1 second hold is at the top, not at the bottom. 1, 2, up, and squeeze. Now, I can obviously use a dumbbell or kettlebell for this. They're very easy to hold. If I don't have that on hand, I can use my backpack, or even a tote bag full of books is a great option. So I get in my position, chest up, I grab my tote bag, I come up, I squeeze, 1, 2, up. All right, you need 10 of those on each side. So that's our single arm row. And it's time to condition. before we get into the conditioning workout today, let's talk about something very important. When we program runs into a workout like we did today, by no means are we encouraging you to go to a busy park or busy track and do the workout, right? Remember to maintain your social distance. Let's be responsible and smart and safe. With that being said, let's roll into the actual workout. The workout starts with an 800-meter run. If you have a watch that keeps distance, perfect. If you know the general distance around your block, your neighborhood, that's awesome too. If not, you can use time. So say, hey, 4 minutes, that's about right for me for an 800-meter run. Run for 4 minutes. If you're staying in full quarantine, you're staying inside, then you're going to do 1 minute of jumping jacks, into 1 minute of high knees, into 1 minute of butt kicks, into 1 minute of jumping jacks. Now, if you did jumping jacks yesterday for the double underscaling, you can just go back and forth between the high knees and butt kicks. 1 and 1, 1 and 1. All right? Whatever you do. Following that, you're rolling to a 21-15-9 of goblet squat box jump. All right? For our goblet squat, we can either use a kettlebell, right? Holding that goblet position, elbows up, chest up, squat low. I can use a dumbbell. I can use my odd object so I can hug it to my body. Or I can hold it in the front rack. Or if you have a barbell in hand, then use a barbell. Do front squats for the workout. All right? Regardless of your option, you need to do 21 of those. All right? Following your 21, you're going to do 21 box jumps. So if you're outside, you can use a ledge, a bench. If you're inside, you can use tuck jumps. Make sure that wherever you're jumping is clear of hitting your head potentially. And you're going to jump and bring your knees up nice and high. So you do 21 of those. And then I'm going back to my squat, 15. Then I'm going back to my tuck jumps, 15. And then I'm going back to my squat, 9. Back to my box jumps or tuck jumps, 9. All right? So following that 21, 15, 9, you'll then end once again with your 800-meter run, your timed run, or your 4 minutes of sweat inside the house. Okay? That's your workout today. Let's get after it. It's time to accessorize. All right? Today's all about the leg pump. Okay? So, we're doing 3 to 5 sets, 10 to 20 leg extensions, 10 to 20 calf raises. For my leg extension, I like to sit on a table because therefore I'll have some clearance for whatever weight I'm using or squeezing between my feet. All right? So an option for weight is I could use a light dumbbell. Squeezing between my feet, I'm coming up and squeezing my legs to the top. Getting a nice quad pump. If you do not have a light dumbbell handy, I can use a backpack. Throw some books in there to add some weight, and I can squeeze this between my feet. And same thing, nice full extension, 10 to 20 reps, depending on what weight you're using. All right, and now we move on to calves. Doing calf raises, you can use an object that's flat, that's a few inches off the floor. A relatively big book is a great option. All right, so I have my book here. I'm going to stand out. I like to do one leg at a time, honestly, because I can really focus on squeezing the calf on that one leg. So I'm here. I use the table for balance. My other foot's off the floor. I come up. I squeeze. 10 to 20 reps. And then 10 to 20 reps on the other side. So once again, 3 to 5 sets of 10 to 20 leg extension, 10 to 20 calf raises. It's time to get that leg pump. Okay, we've done all that work. Now it's time to mobilize. The first thing we're doing is our 1 minute runner stretch each side. So we'll find a wall to post up on. All right, the leg I'm stretching here is this back leg. All right, so I can keep my leg straight to get a nice like calf stretch. I can bend my knee a little bit to move it down more towards my Achilles. All right, you work back and forth. We're working over the course of a minute, and then we'll switch sides. Following that, we're going into our 90-second pigeon stretch. All right, so pigeon, leg across my body, like so. And then, if I can, I'll bring my chest down towards the floor and I'll hang out here for 90 seconds on each side. And that is your mobility for today. Thank you guys for joining me on this Wetsuit Wednesday. Admittedly, the wetsuit was a terrible idea. I don't think I've ever been so sweaty in my entire life. But anyways, moving on. I'll see you tomorrow. If you're posting any of these workouts to your social media, don't forget to @ForgeByZeus, @CrossFit Queens, #Wetsuit Wednesday, and let's not forget our #LeanMeanQuarantine. Peace out.